Hello, my name is Murilo. I work at the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil and at the Biobiro Biotechnology Company. Today, I'll be presenting a study on sex ratio in invasive bivalves my colleagues and I recently developed. Sex ratio is defined as the proportion of males and females in a population. And sex proportions are important when we are dealing with invasive species using controlling methods that interfere on reproduction. Here we tested if sex ratio was in equilibrium in invasive populations of freshwater bivalves, and the effects of seasonality and temperature on sex ratio of the golden mussel, an important invasive species here in South America. For that, we conducted a systematic review followed by a meta-analysis. We targeted invasive species with no time and language constraints in all biological science fields. We used the metaphor package for analysis. Our searches resulted in about 3,000 documents. From all these documents, 19 were selected, and we found information for 5 species in 18 articles and 1 dataset. As we can see here in the forest plot, the orange diamonds show that sex ratio was in equilibrium in 4 out of the 5 species analyzed here, since they touched the vertical dashed line. We can also see the studies that entered the analysis for each species and their effects, summing up to give the overall effect below, represented by the red diamond, showing that the proportion of females in those species was higher than 50%. The exception was Corbicula fluminea, which influenced the overall effect with higher proportion of females than males. But notice that Corbicula fluminea contributed with only 1 study, thus sample size was small. Concerning the effects of seasonality on the proportion of females of the golden mussel, the coldest seasons were related to higher proportion of females. Temperature, on the other side, was not important for the golden mussel's sex ratio. Different proportion of sexes may be explained by different reasons, including internal factors such as genetics and external factors such as reproduction periods, as observed here for the Pacific oyster. In some freshwater bivalves, Brian Morton has found female biased sex ratios in Hong Kong populations. He suggested that the stability of the water body, in this case a large reservoir in Hong Kong, favored female biased populations, since a reduced loss of sperm in a closed system would require less males, and the rarer sex would then benefit from mating advantage. We conclude that sex ratio is in equilibrium in most species analyzed here, and that space-time variations should be considered. Finally, management actions should include seasonality in order to be more effective to control the golden mussel. Thank you for watching our video. If you have comments or questions, please get in touch with us. Bye!